That's a good on it. Yesterday, I told you guys about Pete. Pete's a really good friend of mine. We got a chance to catch up yesterday, totally unplanned. And we were talking about, there was a time when me and Pete and two other great friends of ours, these are three of my closest friends in the world, we got together every single Tuesday night, not every single, but almost every Tuesday night for a period of maybe 2 or 3 years. So Pete and I were just talking about how like you do the important things when they're important to you, but when they don't become important. But here's what Pete said. He said, these were his last words to me. It struck me so much that I wrote it down as soon as I got back in the truck. Pete said, "We're not too busy, we've just got to make it important." Truer words have never been spoken. And I want to talk today about the 5 things that you're not too busy to do, they're just not important to you. So number 1 on this list is you're not too busy to have a daily huddle with your team. It's just that communication and daily intentionality around your goals and your strategic plan, they're just not that important to you. This is one that clients fight me on a lot, the daily huddle. Nobody ever thinks they have time to take 5 to 10 minutes out of the day and meet with their team. But the daily huddle, this is not my idea. This is something I stole from a guy named Vern Harnish who wrote a book called Mastering the Rockefeller Habits. Meeting with your team on a daily basis to talk about what they're going to get done the next 24 hours, what they got done the last 24 hours, and whether they're stuck and need any help is some of the most valuable time you can spend, not just on your business, but with the individual players who most need feedback, communication, interaction with you. The second thing you're not too busy to do is review your financial statements on a weekly basis. Now, I get a lot of pushback on this because most businesses are used to getting their financial statements by the 20th, the 21st, the 25th, the 30th of the following month. And they go, how in the world are we going to be able to get a weekly review of our financial statements? We don't even have our financial statements until 3 or 4 weeks after the end of the month. Well, that's because you have a crappy accounting process and you should be closing your books faster. You can do it, it's not rocket science, it just has to become the new normal. And even if you do get to monthly financial statement closes, you're still going to push back on me about reviewing financial statements on a weekly basis. Why do we have to do it weekly? Why can't we do it monthly? Because life happens in weekly cycles. People go to the grocery store once a week. People go out to eat twice a week. People look forward to the weekends once a week. If you can't figure out how to drive weekly performance in your business, you're failing to connect on one of the most fundamental levels of human performance. And reviewing your numbers weekly is critical in that regard. The third thing that you're not too busy to do is spend every new hire's first day with them as part of their orientation. I've talked about this before. I get consistent pushback on it. How am I going to spend 6, 7, 8 hours with every single new hire? I've got meetings to go to, I've got things to do. If you tell me you're too busy to do that, then what you're actually saying is, I'm not too busy. It's just that getting people started on the right foot, teaching them the culture of the company, giving them insight into the way I run the business, it just isn't that important to me. Which is funny because one of the things that I hear, and I talked about this last week, I think, one of the things I consistently hear is, well, I'm considering this person for a promotion, but I'm not sure that they're the greatest culture fit. Well, if you spent the first day with them, you wouldn't have to think about whether they're the best culture fit. You would know for sure, or you would know a lot more than you know now. The fourth thing that you're not too busy to do is take a walk around your business at least weekly and look for things like leaves in the parking lot that need to be blown off, and dirty bathrooms, and cobwebs in the corners. I go to my clients' businesses a lot. That's where we meet. I don't have a conference room. My conference room is my client's business. And so I get a chance to see them week in, week out, month in, month out. And I know that some of this stuff is just because the owner hasn't made it a priority. It's not that important. And I get it. It's like, I'm busy. I got things to do. When am I going to find an hour every week or a couple hours every week to walk around and take, look, it doesn't take that long. And if you're not doing it, I guarantee you your customers are. Where is this stupid? The fourth thing that the fifth thing that you're not too busy to do, and this is my personal favorite, you are not too busy to carve out time to put together a plan for your business. Now, I have a vested self-interest in this because it's what I help companies do. But a lot of times people will meet me, I'll talk to them about what I do, or they'll meet a client, the client will talk to them about what we do, and they're interested. And then I start to talk to them about what the process looks like and how much time it's going to take. It's like just to get the stuff started that we need to give them a proposal and to start moving forward. It takes them weeks and weeks and weeks, and they finally get back and they go, you know, we're just too busy right now to be able to do this. And you're not too busy. If you think you're too busy to do planning right now, it's not that you're too busy. It's just that growing your business isn't that important to you. I think you get my point. Saying you're too busy for stuff really just means that it's not that important to you. And I gave you 5 things. There's probably 50 things. You know what they are in your business. You're much better off just admitting to yourself that you haven't made these things as important as you want them to be. We all want relationships to be important. We all want to be intentional about our businesses. We all want developing employees to be something that's high on our priority list. But when our actions and our time commitments demonstrate that it isn't, the only thing that we can really do is recommit ourselves and start to take the action today to show the world that those things really are important to us, and it's not that we're too busy. Too busy is a cop-out. Too busy is a red flag saying, I've shirked my responsibility in this area and I need to get it right. See you guys tomorrow. Does this thing not have instructions?